and welcome. I am Stephanie. I'm so excited to have you here for today's water workout. So whether you're joining for the first time or you are a returning water warrior, you're in the right spot. So this is your time to move and to feel good in your body and to get a great workout in. The water reduces impact on your joints while still giving you the resistance to build strength, improve balance, and boost your heart health. So we're going to have 3 sections. We're going to start with a gentle warm-up, then we're going to move into our strength, toning, and cardio, and we'll finish things out with a nice cool-down session. So everything can be done at your own pace and at your fitness level. So listen to your body, move at your own pace, and most importantly, have fun. If you need a break at any time, please take one, and as always, have water nearby. Safety and enjoyment are our top priorities. So remember, the more you move, the better you feel. So are you ready to make a splash with me? Let's get started with the warm-up.
Our first warm-up exercise is going to engage the core. So we're doing knees to elbows, where you take one knee and have it meet your opposite elbow. So lift your left leg and have that meet your right elbow. And then we're going to alternate, switching back and forth and keeping the core tight, keeping our deep breathing, and making sure that core is warming up. And do this for as long as you feel that you would like. And now we're switching over to what is called a fire hydrant. So you're going to stand with one foot on the bottom of the pool, lift that leg to a 90-degree angle, and then gently kick back. So lift and back. And put that foot back on the bottom of the pool, switch, lift, and kick back. We're aiming for about 10 times on each side, and you should really feel those hip flexors open up and start to become loose. So lift and back. You can use the side of the pool for stability. This really helps with keeping the upper body stable while you let the lower body do most of the work here. So keep going, you're almost there. Lift and back. Lift and back. Next up, we're going to do a stretch here. So we're stretching out these lats. You can do both hands on the side of the pool as I started with, or you can do this as a single arm stretch and alternating between the left lat and the right lat. So feel that nice stretch in those back muscles. Next is our warrior pose. So you're going to move out into the pool for this one. Create a wide stance where one leg is forward, the other leg is back, and your arms are in a T shape and your head looking forward. So this really opens up the hip muscles and you feel a nice stretch in your hips. Switch sides. The other leg facing forward, other leg facing back, and going to the opposite side. Now staying in the pool, you're going to put one leg on the bottom and lift the other leg straight back. Lean forward and balance yourself with your arms out to the side. And we're going to switch. Put the other leg down on the bottom of the pool, extend the other leg behind you, lean forward and put your arms out to the side. Look up and feel your body elongate and get that nice stretch. Switching sides again, leg back, core balanced. You'll feel the stretch in your hamstrings and your hips. And one more time here. Nice stretch, keep breathing, core tight, feel the stretch. Now, moving into the heart of our workout here, we're going to be on the steps. You'll need to take your hands and place them on probably the second step to brace your upper body, and then move your lower body to the top of the water. We're doing a scissor kick first, which is where you open your legs back and forth in a straight motion. alternating it with what is now the flutter kick, where you move your legs back and forth. So the upper body stays braced on the steps. So that uses a lot of strength with the upper body, and then the lower body is doing the movement here. So scissor kick is out and back together, where your hips and your inner thighs are doing the majority of your work here. Out and close, out and close back together. Try to stay at the top of the water. And now we're going to alternate that with the flutter kick, moving back and forth, up and down. You don't have to go all the way to the bottom of the pool with this one. Try to stay near the top, but alternating those legs moving up and down, back and forth. Now open and close for the scissor kick. Keep your core tight while doing this. Let the legs and the hips do all of the work, and continue to breathe. Open and close, opening and closing, and then alternating now with the flutter kick. So back and forth, up and down. This works the core as well. And do this for about 10 times each. Same exercise, but in reverse position. So facing upward, brace yourself on the step and start with the scissor kick. Try to keep your hips as lifted to the top of the water as possible, using your hips and inner thighs to do the motion by opening and closing your legs. So open and close. Now switch to the flutter kick. So back and forth. Keep your core, use your core to keep yourself elevated to the top. Up and down, up and down. Good job. Back to the scissor kick. So open and close. We're trying to do these about 10 times each. So 10 scissor kicks and then 10 flutter kicks, switching this off for a total of 3 times each. So open and close. Using those hip muscles there and inner thigh muscles, and then flutter kick. Keeping the core tight and your upper body braced nicely on those steps. Opening and closing, open and close. Don't forget to breathe. So nice deep breaths as you're doing it. So in and out. This gets more difficult as we go through, so if you need to stop at any point, feel free to do that. But try to make it all the way through. You can do this up and down, flutter kicks. Feel the core starting to burn. Now back in the water, toe touch, combined with arms circled. So touch left arm to right arm to left toe, circle the arms at the top of the water. Touch, and at least 2 rounds of circles. Touch and touch. Reverse the direction of the circles. Touching the toes, circle twice. Touch and touch. More circles. Good job. Touch and touch. Finishing out these circles. Good. Moving back over to the stairs, put your arms on the second step and put your full body, your feet on the bottom of the pool. And you're going to alternate lifting your knees toward your chest. So upward, using your core to do that lift, and then switching it off with the scissor kicks that we just did a moment ago. So open and close, bracing yourself firmly on the steps and using those hip muscles to open and close your legs. And we're going to alternate this again, back down, and do the mountain climbers. Switch legs back and forth, pushing yourself off the bottom of the pool and moving those knees toward the chest. So up and down, as if climbing a mountain, back up, scissor kick. Open and close, and really get forceful with it. Let's move this water around and make some splashes. Open and close, big splashes. Open, close, about 10 times each, back down, climb the mountain, knees to chest. pushing yourself off the bottom of the pool, core engaged, nice deep breaths, back and forth, and back to the scissor kick. Open and close, open and close. Staying at the top of the water for this exercise. Back and forth, open, close. Nice job. This next exercise focuses on the upper body, so you're back in the pool at this point, starting with a wide swing arm circle and then moving those arms front to back. So circle around at the top, back and forth to the back to the front. Circle, down, back to the front. Around the world circle, back down to the front. I keep my palms open for this one because it helps build a little bit of extra resistance, but you could make your hands into a fist as well if you would prefer it that way. Around the world, front to the back, back to the front. Good job. Now moving back over to the steps, we're going to do a frog kick and mermaid kick. So bracing your upper body on that second step, alternate bringing your knee to your shoulder. So left knee to left shoulder, right knee to right shoulder. Then switching back and forth for about 10 times each. And then we're going to move into those hamstring curls, the mermaid kicks. So with your legs extended, you're going to then bring your ankles to your back. So those hamstrings are doing most of the work here. Hamstrings and your glutes are bringing the ankles toward your back, using the top of the water for the resistance. Now switching back to the frog kick, alternating from side to side. This does a nice job using the hips and the thighs and keeping that area toned and tight. So back and forth, and hamstring curls. 10 times you can do this. So ankles to back, and down and up, ankles to the back. Let the hamstrings do the work. Try to keep your core at the top of the water. Same thing for the frog kick exercise. Try to keep your body at the top of the water using that resistance there. Alternating back and forth with a slight twist so that way you can really get the full range of motion. Good job. One more round of mermaid kicks using those hamstrings. So down and back. Keep your inner thighs tight, keeping those legs together, bringing then the hamstrings, use the hamstrings to bring those ankles back to your back. Now, we're finishing out with some nice cardio. So this is my alteration to a typical jumping jack. Instead of just doing side to side, we're going to do side to side and then front to back. Switching legs there. So a nice 3-time set of jumping jacks. You don't actually have to use your arms and put them above your head for this one because we are in the water, but the resistance of the water does a nice job enhancing these jumping jacks and really getting that heart beating and flowing and keeping that cardiovascular system strong. So do this for as long as you feel. I only did it for about 30 seconds here on the video, but you can go a little bit longer if you would like. All right, great job. We're moving into our cool down session and we're going to finish it out with some walking lunges. So start in the pool and just alternate knee down, step forward and walk. You can put your hands on your hips, put them by your side for a little extra resistance, whatever you feel comfortable with. But take that knee pretty much to the bottom of the pool, switching out and stepping forward. It doesn't have to be a super long stretch, but long enough to where you get some distance going with this. I'm going in a circle, but you can go back and forth, side to side. Either way, it works just fine. All right, nice job with those walking lunges. We're going to switch it up here and do some hip rotations. Make sure we keep that nice and stretched and cooled down. 1 foot on the bottom of the pool, and you're going to go back and around. Step that foot back down, alternate back and around. So kick back, bring it around to the side and back down to the bottom of the pool. Straight back, around, and bottom. Use the side of the pool, I find, to help with balance on this one, because it would be incredibly difficult to do otherwise. And that way you make sure your lower body's doing all of the work and keep your upper body stabilized with the side of the pool. Make sure the legs stay straight and let the hips do all of the work here. The hips and the glutes are doing your work. Now, moving back into the pool, bend one knee down to the bottom and twist and do a nice stretch. This one's keeping that core stretched and engaged. You can hold it and switch it.
All right, guys, you absolutely crushed this pool workout. If you enjoyed moving with me, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always join a pool workout. And if you'd like to train with me, or if you would like to try out a free pool session of your own, click the link in the description box or email me at stephanie@bellafitness.com for your free trial session. As always, stay strong, stay refreshed, and I'll see you guys next time, right here in the water.